And why do you think video is so successful now?
I think video is so successful now in many ways because it's how so many people consume and connect with content. We don't have a lot of time, and it's also very engaging, and you get through the image and the voice and the story that you're able to tell just a deeper emotional response than sometimes you can get with just text or just straight speaking.
And in what ways, from your experience in using video, have you been able to achieve that? Like, how does that come
So we worked with the video experience within our Digital Workplace Summit keynote, and within that, really showing the day in the life of an employee and really being able to express a degree of empathy and understanding of just the typical everyday experience of an office-based worker. And I think through that and the images and just being able to watch that, people really had a sense of, yeah, I recognize this and I get the point of what is a typical day in the life. What does that journey look like? And I can recognize it. So it was very, very relatable.
And how did doing video as the format enable the audience to like really get into it and engage in that way? Like, did you see them kind of nodding, or were they like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's totally me up there? Like, what were some of
So
the
I heard some responses back where there were particular moments where very subtly it captured the kind of apprehension of, oh no, all these kinds of requests are coming in and how am I going to manage it? And people, that really resonated. And you had people saying, is technology everywhere really that good? And so it kind of really enabled them to, on multiple levels of their understanding, take into account the impact of technology in the day-to-day life that I don't think they would have gotten just from us saying it or even just from an image. It was seeing the series of events, seeing how people were interacting, that I think really helps them capture that on a deeper level and take more away from the keynote.
awesome? And when you're saying it just for the sake of the captures, like if you say video or if you say rich media or if you say
Okay.
multimedia, that'll help. But it's exactly like we can cut out where we need to. So that was a really great response. And then so you were just talking about sort of members and or folks in the room kind of resonating to the point where it was like the inundated, chats and whatever else. So have you seen an increase in traction with how members are consuming audio, video, or rich media from your experience and perspective?
I have certainly seen that video is helpful in different contexts, but it also depends on how it's being published. So in my case, it was within a keynote environment, and that's within a room. There, it's just enhancing their experience while taking in that content. And the keynote did really pretty well for keynotes with that video in it. And we do plan on using that same kind of video within other published research so that when it's online, we can then start to see how it's being engaged with and how it's enhancing the reader's experience as they're consuming some of our written research on the same kind of themes and topics as this video helped us express.
And then how does multimedia help tell your story? I think you touched on this a little bit, but more like an overarching, here's how I use it, or here's the benefit of it, or here's what I see it doing for me in that sense.
So I think multimedia helps engage your audience in a different way and at different levels. And especially when you have a video experience, you've got the image, you've got the words that accompany the image, and you've got the movements there. And a kind of seeing the emotions, the facial expressions of the people who are interacting within that video. And with that, you're able to communicate things at a subtle but also more multi-layered level of people understanding it. And when you pair that with other written content and other concepts, it just really enhances how much the people actually keep from the message afterwards, because so many of us will remember the images more than we might be remembering the words.
Could you expand a little bit on that in terms of resonating after you've seen it and sort of the quick comprehension that you'll be able to get from utilizing something like that versus like reading an entire, note or whatever it is?
So when you're reading an entire note, it explains step by step. You read through. You have to take the time to understand the words, how they come together, and then translate it back to what you're experiencing yourself or what kind of work you're doing yourself. And when you see the video, it can almost be at a more intuitive level to get a sense of, oh, this is what this is about. Oh, I recognize this. This is something I can relate to. This is something I can understand very, very quickly and apply it that much more quickly. So I think it's just a way that adds different layers of how you actually communicate a concept